Hi everyone, this is David and I will be your instructor for inclusion of students with special needs. So hey, welcome to the class. It actually starts on Monday, August 28th, but this is our intro. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about me, a little bit about the class, what to expect. And guess what? The class is open. You can go in and check it out right now. You're not required to go in until Monday, the 28th of August. So between now and then, if you want to go in, do a test drive of Moodle, kind of get familiar with it, that's fine. I'm not going to go into class, so if you don't post anything until we get to the 28th, we'll post ahead of time. So let's talk a little bit about how this class is designed. Well, it is a 2-credit graduate class. And if you are doing the Eportfolio for Viterbo University, I do have information about the Eportfolio, which is posted. So when you log into class, you're going to see information about the text that you need for class 1 book. And then also you'll see module 1 will appear, and then information about the Eportfolio. As we get into class, and actually there'll be a section which will have all the modules. Like module 1 goes from August 28th to September 10th, and then module 2 goes September 11th through September 24th, and so on. That's all delineated out very clearly. So each module is about 2 weeks long, and then the last module is 3 weeks long. Gives you a little extra time to do your capstone project for the class. So anyway, yeah, the course has 7 modules, and when you go in, you're going to see module 1. When we get toward the end of Module 1, or about 2 weeks into class, I'm going to put up Module 2. So Module 1 will stay, but Module 2 will suddenly magically appear. It'll be there too. And then as we go on, you'll see Module 3 and Module 4. And once we get probably toward the end, I'll probably open the last 2 modules at the same time, just so you can look ahead to your final assignment, which is your Bill Porter plan, and make sure you have plenty of time to get that completed. So the class runs, again, from Monday, August 18th, through Friday, December 8th. That's the last day for class, Friday, December 8th. So I will post a weekly fireside chat. It'll be something similar to this. And for week 1, I already have the fireside chat basically posted because I don't know you yet. I'll know you once we get into module 2. But you can look online and you can find under YouTube, David Perrodin plus Viterbo plus Fireside Chats. All of my previous Fireside Chats are still on YouTube. But I will go in and talk a little bit about the module that we've just completed, the module we're in, and the module that we'll be going into. And I'll then also give each of you a shout-out. Each person gets their own shout-out. So I think this is a class of like 17 right now that could grow. So it's going to... Yeah, I'm going to have to take a lot of notes to make sure that everybody gets their shout out. So I might say something like, Rebecca, you mentioned something to this effect regarding discussion question 2. And I'd like to build upon that. Or, here was something, Robert, you submitted in the assignment for Universal Design for Learning. I thought this was fascinating. And here's a way I could see that it could be applied to this setting or whatever. So be ready for that. The pat on the back, the shout out during the fireside chats. So I encourage you to watch the fireside chats. They're also real time. So if something is happening at a state level, at a national level, regarding inclusion, I'll talk about it during that fireside chat. Or if you've posted something or a specific question, you email me and say, hey, David, could you answer this question, respond to it during a fireside chat? I'd be like, yeah, no problem. So, yes, the fireside chats are all developed, right before I present them. A day or 2 before I'll start to rough them out and then put them out there. So, that's kind of a unique thing. So, if you find any non-working links, I've gone through the class, I've gone through the syllabus, but of course there can be links that become inactive as class starts. Please let me know, and then I will make the modifications as necessary. Or if there's something that doesn't jive in class, you say, here's something that was written in the syllabus, but it's a little different in Moodle. Whatever's in Moodle whatever's in the module, that's what you follow. Follow the module, okay? The module trumps the syllabus. Always follow the module. And of course, you can ask me to clarify anything, but always follow the module. In the module, there will be due dates in the headings for anything that is an assignment that you have to do. That's the easiest way to figure out what's due in the module, is just to go up and look for due dates. Now, I know this is fall, and it's fall football season, so I tried to avoid having anything due on a Friday, so I'm not sure, during football season, I'm not sure if that happens or not, but I think I was able to avoid that. Because I know a number of you with schools either attend the events or work the events or things like that. Please access the class every 2-3 days. And first of all, you need to go in and to post your biography. I've already posted mine. You need to go in and post your biography on the 28th, the day class starts. And that's due for enrollment purposes. I need to let Viterbo know, yes, you did access the class. Because what happens if you're not active at the start of class, let's say you don't come in until September 4th or 5th or something like that, it can impact your financial aid negatively, and things like that. So just make sure you go in and access the class right away on the 28th and get your bio posted. Also, please, every 2-3 days, access class. It is across a semester. So each module has, again, roughly, 2 weeks, except the final module 7 is a little bit longer. So you've got plenty of time to go in and to do the things that you need to do for each module. But please check every 2-3 days, because when you're responding to a discussion thread, when you're adding your own comments to whatever others have posted, and you'll get the hang of that because you'll see what I start doing. Someone might make a post, and then I'll copy part of it and paste it, and then I'll have a response I'll put to it. And just a little hint here, sometimes it's best to do that in Word, and then to copy it over into Moodle, because in case Moodle would freeze up or something like that. It doesn't happen a lot. Moodle's very reliable, but once in a while someone will email me and say, oh, I have this wonderful post I was typing out for 35 minutes, and then I went and I submitted it, and nothing happened on Moodle. So you might want to, just a word of advice, type your responses, if they're long, type your responses in Word first, and then copy them over. So Moodle is very reliable. Once in a while, it might be down. If it is, check, an hour later. And the other thing is, if you can't access it, you let me know, and I'm saying I can get in or other people can get in. Check your browser. Use different browsers. I usually access it through Chrome or Internet Explorer, but sometimes people will say, I've tried to access it through school and can't access it, and for some reason their school filter won't let them get into Moodle. It's rare, but that has happened. And there's also tech support, of course, with Viterbo that you can find online. So yeah, if you can't get online, how can you find it online? Well, you'd have to go through a different computer, just typing in viterbo.edu. So Viterbo has wonderful tutorials for Moodle, so check those out. Anything you do, I can undo, so don't be afraid if you make a post in an area where all of a sudden maybe that post shouldn't have been. It should have been for discussion question 1, but you put it for discussion question 2. Don't worry about it. I can take care of things like that. So contact me right away if you have any questions. If I can go in and see the last time you've accessed class, and if you have not accessed class for 5-6 days, I'll probably be sending you an email and following that up with a phone call, just saying, hey, wanting to make sure everything's okay, that you're accessing class, because I don't want you to get to the point where you're missing assignments, because that's very detrimental to your grade in class and your ability to participate, really be involved in class. And the other part is if something is coming up, you have plenty of time to work ahead typically too. So if something is due on a Thursday, that you can make that post on Tuesday or something like that. It doesn't need to be done on that Thursday. The only thing that needs to be done on the certain day is the first day of class, the 28th, post your biography. I will post periodically in the announcements section. It's toward the top of class. You'll always see it. It'll always be there. And typically things like I've recorded the Module 2 fireside chat and have posted it as of like this date. Sometimes when I do that, I'll post it, and then I will also do that like right after I've started to upload it to YouTube. And sometimes it'll take like 5 hours for a video to upload to YouTube. So if I record it at night, it might not be available until the next morning or something like that for a fireside chat. And also, I will enter grades. I will not enter grades every module. So it'll be every few modules, and I'll let you know. Like I will post an announcement saying, hey, I've entered grades for modules 1, 2, and 3. Go in and check and let me know if there's anything you have a question about. So yeah, if you happen to go in and you don't see a grade entered, don't worry about it. If I enter, for example, a 0, if you see a 0, that means I've entered a 0. Yeah, then that's a concern. That probably will never happen. But if there's nothing entered, it just means that grade has not been entered for you yet. So I do kind of go through and after every couple modules, typically go in and do a grade update. But don't worry about that. You'll see that in announcements I will post when I've updated grades. So I absolutely am thrilled to be your instructor for this class. I encourage you, again, to get in, to download the syllabus, make sure that you have a book for this class, because we do rely pretty heavily upon the book throughout this class. I regularly update this. And a little bit about me. I mean, I've been instructing with Viterbo for, I believe, 14 years, could be 15. I absolutely love Viterbo University and have instructed, built classes, instructed face-to-face, blended, online, any format that can be pretty much done. I've done it with Viterbo. And I have a Ph.D. from the University of Wisconsin-Madison. I studied high-stakes decision-making in military, healthcare, and education. Work in a lot of capacities in education that can all be kind of identified through my biography. So again, very glad to be with you, teaching this class about inclusion. Very passionate about inclusion. And as I close here, my purpose isn't to convince you that inclusion is the only option for students. What I want you, though, to leave this class with is an understanding of what inclusion is versus what mainstreaming is, and what, like tolerance versus acceptance, and be able to take those 4 terms which kind of get conflated and to clearly understand those. We should, though, strive always for the least restrictive environment or the most inclusive environment with every student. That should be our starting point. Not that we somehow have to come to an IEP meeting or a meeting for a student, and we the first part of that discussion should be, what would it take for the student to be successful in the regular education setting? And if we put everything out on the table and we're like, no, it's still not going to work for the student. And I had an example, and I'll just share it quick, but it was a student diagnosed with high anxiety. So medical diagnosis of anxiety. An AB student would have loved to have been in class, would have loved to have been with their peers, a middle school student, but we needed to educate that student off-site, so we actually set up a camera in the classroom, a camera in the student's home, kind of did the Skype thing where the student participated for a while the student was getting some outside medical treatment for the anxiety, gradually got the student back into the school setting, and within a few months later, that student was back fully included with her peers. It was really a tremendous experience to go through. And for this middle school girl, this anxiety that she was experiencing, went all the way through, grocery stores, going, having to reintegrate back into like a mall setting and things like that. So yeah, when we traditionally think of students or special needs or disabilities, we don't think of something like that. So that was just a unique thing to share. So I look forward to you sharing as much or as kind of little as you want about your experiences in your biography. Please be open. If you have something you think is really awesome, you're like, Dave, I would love for other people to have this. Like we use this in my district. It's an organically generated form or something like that. You have permission to share it, or some type of document, or video you want to share with me. I think it'd be great if the class saw this. Yeah, get that stuff to me, and I would be glad to review it and likely then share it. And that happens almost in every class. Again, thank you very much. I'm looking forward to being your instructor for this class. Hey, August 28th, 2017, we will get the wheels in motion for dun 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 inclusion of students with special needs. All right, everybody. Thank you very much, and enjoy this hot week coming up. I don't know when you start back to school, but I know a number of you are starting back really soon. But yes, enjoy these last days of summer, and we are going to have a great class. Thank you.